Good Monday makers, and welcome back to another episode of MakerPipe Monday. This is a weekly series where we showcase builds that have been shared within the MakerPipe community. We've got 5 great projects to look at today, so let's dive right in. First up is this low-profile shoe rack from Digital Factor. They said they're working on a series of projects to utilize this space underneath their staircase here, and they started off with the shoe rack. And they built this rack that is holding a ton of shoes. So it's a pretty long frame, but it's not too crazy. And they just use some 90-degree connectors to kind of build the basic rectangle from the beginning, and then some 4-way connectors to add another vertical in the center. And this allowed them to build off of there and add adjustable angle connectors to have a second angled level to hold shoes and things. And they're just using T connectors from side to side as platforms to hold the shoes in place. And it's a really great rack, and it's utilizing this space nicely. One of the coolest things about this build is the hack that allows them to slide it back and forth easily. They decided to use these ball transfer to thread into some nut inserts that they added into the conduit. They could use normal casters, but that would take up about 2 inches here on the bottom, and they're trying to maximize the space the most efficient way as possible. So these ball transfers really worked well for that. I think it's a great hack that people will find a lot of use for, especially in scenarios like this. So thanks so much, Digital Factor, for sharing this in the community. We love seeing it. Next up is a soft shell camper top for a Toyota Tacoma built by Scott. He said it's still a work in progress. He's been sharing some updates in the community, which has been great to see. This is where it is currently. He's got this short bed Toyota Tacoma, and there's this rail system there that I'm not sure if it's native to the bed, if it comes like that, or if you have to add those in later. But it looks like a great solution for something like this because the conduit, or these bars here, are really mounted securely to the bed. From there, he's got these Bimini connectors that allow him to build off of those vertical posts and then build the rest of the camper shell. He's using a series of connectors. There's 180s here in the middle. He's got some nice bins in there, combined with some T connectors to brace where needed. And then he's got some 45s to kind of add an extension here to the shell. But it looks great so far. And right now he's got some soft canvas on there. And I'm really excited to see how this build turns out. So definitely keep us updated, Scott, and keep sharing updates because we love seeing it. Next up is another work in progress shared by Caroline, and she's working on a vertical hydroponic farm. It looks like in a really nice greenhouse or gardening facility that they have here, but she's working on this frame for this hydroponic farm with MakerPipe and Conduit. There's 90-degree connectors here on the bottom to add the 4 posts, the 4 vertical posts, and then the connecting pipes. And then from there, she's using T connectors to kind of build on the sides. And these are actually the post and conduit that's going to hold the hydroponic materials to the frame. It looks great so far, and this is another great build that I can't wait to see how it turns out. She's got flanges on the bottom here to actually stabilize the frame and keep it nice and steady on the ground. So it's a great build. Can't wait to see how it turns out, Caroline. Thanks so much for sharing progress so far. Next up is a build from Javier, and it's a mini greenhouse. If you're in the community, you've been seeing some different variations of this that he's been working on, and this is the most recent updated version. He said it's a stronger variation than the others, and it's a really simple frame. He's got this rectangle built out of 4 T connectors. And then off of this pipe here from side to side, he's got a vertical post. And then from there, he's able to go from this side to the other side with T connectors. And this gave him a triangle frame that he could add greenhouse material to and drape over the palm fruits that he's working on drying out. And said it keeps it out of the rain and it helps dry them out. So it's a really simple build, but really effective in drying out these palm fruits, and it's really great. So thanks so much, Javier, for sharing this variation of your mini greenhouse along with the others and everything else you've been sharing in the community. We really appreciate it. Next up is a build from Greg, and this is a really great canopy or cover for a mobile stage on this flatbed trailer that they used for an outdoor event for their church a few weeks ago. You got this 20-foot long, 8-foot wide flatbed trailer, and they use some various methods to attach conduit to it. As you can see, it's nice and strong, and they did that with some off-the-shelf flanges bolted directly to the trailer, along with some set screw couplers. And then they've also got these slots here on the back that they've got wood going down into, and then they've got 2-hole straps used on the wood to secure conduit. And from there, they were able to build off and keep going with this canopy. And it looks awesome. It's huge, 8-foot tall, he said, in the back, and it covers about 10 foot and it has a nice overhang here on the front, and they used various connectors to kind of attach the conduit together. They have 180-degree connectors here in the middle, along with up here, and this allowed them to connect a lot of pipes together and really brace it accordingly. Then they used some 45s from some flanges on the front and another vertical post with some T-connectors. And all in all, they just built and really braced this covering, which is awesome. They said it worked out great for the event, and it looks really cool. So thanks so much, Greg, for sharing that one in the Facebook group. We love seeing it. I'll link these builds down in the description so you can check them out for yourself. We also share videos like this along with some hacks and tutorials and other things every week. So if you're interested, definitely consider subscribing. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.